Yay. Well, thank you so much. I'm very honored to share this technology with you. And Tracy's going to be sharing her screen. My computer has been having some issues. So yeah, just thank you for allowing us to show this cool technology to you. Tonight, we're talking about phototherapy. And really, what that means is that we're allowing a light signal to your body receives a light signal and then makes change happen in the body. So your cells are the body's powerhouses, and they do respond to light. That's pretty amazing. I've been studying a lot about that lately, and it's just so cool to have this technology because it does unlock the body's ability to heal. And that's what we had all hoped 100 years ago that the future of medicine would be, not just treating illnesses. Um, but let's tell you, Tracy and I and Jeff, we're not medical professionals. We aren't going to be diagnosing, treating, or providing advice, medical advice. We always have to turn you back to your medical professionals. What we're talking about is the wellness product that is registered with the FDA as a wellness product. And then we're sharing content for your information only. You can find more information on harmonypatching.com. And yeah, just want to let you know we're sharing you some cool information. So here is a slide that shows different ways that light is used as therapy or surgery or different techniques and ways that your body responds to infrared light or different frequencies. Ooh, goodness. Sunlight deficiency is now as deadly as smoking. I've been studying a lot about sunlight and all the different types of frequency and light, and our skin has photons or I forgot the word, light receivers, light receptacles in our skin, in our body, and different wavelengths of light go to different depths of our flesh. And our eyes have a bunch of light photon receptors in the back of our eyes. You guys know that, your rods and your cones. But also, we have infrared light receptors as well. So, why? What we're sharing here is about stem cells and stem cell research that has been done. The older you get, the slower you heal. Why is that? People just accept that they're getting older. And by the time they're age 30, do you know that your half of your stem cells are decreased? Or decreased by half. And by the time you're 60, we've lost almost all of our stem cells. Those are the things that regenerate and repair our bodies. So you'll notice as you age, more aches and pains, less energy, less stamina, decreased sleep quality. Oh my goodness, more fine lines and wrinkles, decreased mental clarity, and sometimes weight gain and increased inflammation. So all of these things we accept as aging, but we're here to tell you that maybe not. So we're talking about wearable light technology. These patches, we talk mainly about the X39. There are about 11 or 12 different types of patches. But we talk about the X39 because that is the one that helps your body activate and regenerate those repair cells. It is a patented technology, and Tracy's going to share a video to explain a little bit how it works.
An empowered life has no expiration date. We're all created to do incredible things, like conquer summits, catch big waves. Sorry. Live our passion. As time goes on, our bodies begin to show signs that things just aren't as they used to be. Our energy levels decline, sleep patterns shift, and recovery slows. But our bodies are masterpieces of design, holding the potential to bounce back better than ever. With X39, we achieved something remarkable in the field of wellness and regenerative science that others could not. By utilizing LifeWave's unique patented technology, X39 uses light to elevate GHKCU, a copper peptide known to support overall health and wellness. Unlike traditional light therapy, which requires external light sources, X39 uses the body's own infrared light to naturally increase vitality, enhancing the body's flow of natural energy. For improvements in strength, stamina, performance, and overall health and well-being, with the simplicity of an affordable, non-invasive, non-transdermal patch. As we age, levels of these life-enhancing elements, which are associated with wellness and longevity, begin to decline. LifeWave invested 10 years into stem cell research, which resulted in over 70 patents. X39 was born to bring to the public a product that could support wellness in an entirely new way, supporting the production of younger, healthier cells with wearable light technology. Becoming a powerhouse is easier than you think. Harness your body's natural potential to maintain youthful energy and vitality, because life comes at you fast, but it doesn't have to pass you by. Live long, live well, live young. Be the light with LifeWave X39. LifeWave.
I love that we get to live young. So as Tracey said, this technology has been around for over 20 years, and it was first created for the US Navy SEALs over 20 years ago to help them have energy and stamina and stay awake during their long missions. And guess what? That's also a perfect fit for athletes who are looking for ways to bump up their ATP, their adenosine triphosphate, helping them increase their performance. And so that is how this company started. And over time, every couple of years, the company comes out with a different patch and that does something new, cool, and different. And over time, we had a collection of patches. And then in 2019, the X39 came out, and that was a total game changer. The company has grown 3,000% in 6 years since that patch came out. So these are some of the things that you can expect when you wear that X39. Some of these things take time to feel, but some of them do not. So every body is different, but just imagine and know that your cells are repairing. We'll show you the examples or the results from a few studies to explain why, but they do go to work right away. So there's no drugs or chemicals in these patches. There's no stimulants. There's no negative drug interactions to something you're already on, and no side effects. This was, again, developed for the Navy SEALs. More information can be found on this wonderful website, startx39now.com. And that's a website that has been developed. It has all kinds of information on it. Including scientific information. And this is where you can look and actually see the patents on what the patches do. So I like reading the patents because it says, this is what the patch does. This is the claim that we're making about the patch, and the and then the studies that we did to prove that it does that specific thing. So that's kind of cool. Um, this is the results of one study that was done about the X39. There was the group of people wore the patch daily for 12 hours a day for 6 weeks. Their cardiovascular biomarkers were taken at the beginning of the study and at the end of the study. They reverse aged by an average of 8 weeks. So, literally, every day that they wore the patch, it was like reverse aging them by a day and a third. Here's the results from another study, the brain health study. Now, this is very visual. This is the results from one person in the study, where they wore the patch for 6 weeks, and they were measured several different ways, both with interviews and in results about their cognition and mood and different things. This is a beautiful way because it's so visual, but this shows the 77-year-old woman who had a very hot brain at the beginning of this study. 3 weeks in, you see the pendulum swinging to the other side where the brain is trying to find some balance, but it swings to the cold side a little bit. And then 3 weeks later, after daily use of the X39, it is a beautifully balanced brain. The aqua color, that's what you want to see a lot of in these. That's the body being at the best of balance. Again, this is a pretty remarkable change for someone. And of course, results may be different depending on the time, but this is just proof that it does go to work quickly for some people. So this, what is this? 2 weeks, 12 days apart, the signatures. You can see that the signature on this person is very, very confused, and she's unable to keep it on a line. And just 12 days later, 13 days later, it's very legible, better than mine. It's pretty cool. One of the first results that people see or experience is a little bit more energy during the day. But the converse of that, and the also true, they say, man, I'm getting such better quality of sleep. And that sure was true for me. The first couple weeks that I started wearing the patch, I realized that I was getting better sleep. And I think part of it was because I wasn't having to get up and pee in the middle of the night. But also, we have some patches that help bump up your own natural melatonin. We can talk about them briefly later, but the Alavita and the Silent Nights are incredible, and they get you in that deep reparative sleep where you're detoxing during that night. Um, our friend, dear Marcy, is responsible for sharing this technology with us through the grapevine. That's how this company works. This really wouldn't do very well on the shelves of Walmart. You wouldn't know what it was or how to use it. And so Marcy learned about this patch through a friend of hers who is a naturopathic doctor. She learned about it at one of the lowest parts of her life when she had already been through chemo, radiation, double mastectomy, and thought she was free of that stuff. And it came back with a vengeance, with a nasty side order of skin fast growing cells. And it was spread throughout her body. And she literally was depressed because she was like, I don't want to go through all those very strong, very disruptive treatments again. But what she had was very aggressive. And so in 10 days, she started detoxing and started to feel hope again. And when she learned about that, she wanted to share it with the world. She detoxed, she felt hope again, and she's like, we have to tell this to everybody. That was 6 years ago, and she has made true on that. Over 160,000 people on our team under her have been sharing about these patches and changing lives. So it's pretty amazing. And Tracey's going to share some other slides that we'll go through kind of quickly, but we're just showing you pictures of changed lives. We don't know how these patches are going to affect you first. We just know that they go to work fast. They go to work right away, but you may not feel something. Just like this man on the with vitiligo, that took a year from the top left picture to the bottom right picture. That took a year to do the change. Did he feel different? I don't know. But that was a big, big change, but it took a while to get there. So you see all these different repairs and different things that are very visually, you can see that people are feeling better, fewer wrinkles, brighter skin. You can see more light in their eyes. And if you saw them walking, you'd see more pep in their step. They literally have more life in their bodies because of the light. We always recommend, if you have any furry friends in your life, to take your worn patches and put them on the inside of your dog's collar, or put them on your horse's bridle, or a halter, under their blanket, or on their body somewhere. These are incredible for our furry friends as well. So, Trace, do we have a quick test?
Yes, we do. I'm so excited to have Theresa Hartford share her experience with us. Theresa, you could unmute yourself. That would be great. And please let everyone know, what were you dealing with when I called you with these silly patches? And
Hi.
what have you noticed? Hi, beautiful.
Hello from Northern California. No, Tracy and I had been chatting about these patches. I heard about them, and I had been watching a few people on social media, had a few people reach out, and she just really said, you really need to try these. I was really struggling with indigestion really bad. Just, I could not get off. If I ever wanted to have a glass of wine, God forbid, I live in wine country, I would get that acid reflux really bad. So I started getting addicted to the little purple pill. And I thought, well, that just solved it. Just not even just wine, just like on a daily thing. My husband was going through major surgery. We had a lot of things going on, in the household, but I literally have been taking those on and off for the past year, and I have been off of them for a month and a half, and I can eat anything I want. Not that I do, I eat pretty darn clean, but if I do have an occasional glass of wine, or anything, it doesn't upset my stomach. I don't have the acid indigestion that I did. And I did the gut reset. I was like, is this really working? Am I really going to do this many days? And I kept putting them all on my stomach and following the instructions. And I thought I better just give it 100%. And Tracy said, why don't you extend it for 30 days? I'm like, oh my gosh. So I did. And that was about a month and a half ago. And I have just really noticed tremendous difference in my digestion, but also in my energy. And I'm just kind of surprised. I'm running. I told her I'm literally running up the stairs, and I'm out hiking with my weighted vest. I just did a 15-mile bike ride yesterday, and my stamina, my energy is just really through the roof. I said, I have no idea why. I feel like I have the pep back in my step. It was really, exciting to hear, the hope that, you guys shared tonight with the information. I haven't really had a chance to be on, too many of these Zooms, but I'm very intrigued, and I'm not exactly sure how it's all working, but I am, I'm sadly out of my, X39 is supposed to be coming today. I ran out and I've been out off of it for 2 days. I'm panicking, but I've just been really impressed, and my husband as well. We just have really amazing energy too. So thanks for letting me share. It's so
Oh,
amazing.
thanks for sharing, Teresa. And that's why we all do this. We just do this because we kind of get hooked on these stories and having people that think this is too good to be true. This can't be real. But here's the reality. It's so real. And that's why it has to be shared word of mouth. This company in our country, sadly, our FDA does not allow this to be advertised. And the owner and creator of this product has a bulletproof vest. He has 24/7 security because the man knows how to heal the body. And really, it's because the body knows how to do it itself. These patches are just a tool. You can see what I'm wearing here on my chest. And so I'm going to turn it over to Jeff. And thank you so much, Teresa, for sharing. Because if we didn't share, no one would know. And I would think I'd have Alzheimer's. I would still have a thyroid condition using my levothyroxine that I keep hearing more and more bad things about. I would still have a very painful bunion on my foot. That's gone. So that's the reality. If a friend hadn't shared it with me, I would still be dealing with those problems. So I am thrilled that you can drink your wine again, but I'm triply thrilled that we have given John back energy because he went through a very serious surgery. And I know he's going to have a changed life, and you're going to keep that husband for many, many more years. And what is that worth? That's priceless. Nobody should have to live with a terrible diagnosis or situation a doctor says, I'm sorry, there's no hope. Because I'm here to tell you, there's nothing that the body can't fix. It's pretty remarkable machine, and it really can turn things around. So it just needs the tool. The tool is light, and this is putting light right in our body. And when Jeff comes on here, I'm going to go back to sharing my screen here real quick. He's going to tell you about another way that this company is putting light into the body that's pretty remarkable. But Jeff, we'll turn it over to you.
Well, okay, so yeah, I had some friends trying to get in. It's been a little bit of a thing to get them on, but I'm glad they're there. Hi, James, Michelle. So listen, here's how you can get the patches. Okay, there's a couple ways you can do this. There's several ways. You can become a preferred customer. You can become a preferred customer plus. You can order the core packages. Everything. There's 3 different ways that you can order. We're always trying to get the folks to grab the wholesale pricing structure, which means that you, instead of paying $149.95 for a 30-day supply of the X39, you pay $99.95. And some of the patches are even less than that. There's several patches to choose from. You're really going to have to get with the person who sponsored you into this to kind of go through all of that information. The X49, the X39, that's a bundle. You can buy those. Once you see all of the different pricing structures and how you can become involved in this this business, if you will, I like to think of it as a business because that's where I'm moving. Tracy, can you go to the next slide?
Sure.
So you have the EM patch. These are all supplemental patches. They help you in a different way. Inflammation reduction, $79.95 retail or $49.95 if you become a brand partner or if you become part of the preferred customer program. And there's a couple of, I'm learning as much as I'm talking to all of you right now. I got a little discombobulated because I really, really was all set to have my buddies on here tonight, and they're here. So anyway, as you can see, you have these companion patches, the Eon, the Ice Wave, the Alavita. When you want to get these patches for retail, $79.95, we want you to do $49.95. It's that simple. Can you go ahead and go to the next slide, please? Now, here's where you get into, if you want to become a person who wants to promote these and turn this into a business, this is the way I'm thinking. So the core is $295. It's a one-time, enough for 3 points. I think you get 6 patches with that. I'm not sure. Or you can do the advanced package, which is basically you're upgrading. That's like if you're a couple, $535. This is going to give you 6 points, but it's going to give you a variety of patches. Of course, we always recommend you start with the X39. Then if you're a business and you've got like a massage business or you have an office or something and you want to share this with all of your clients or even family members. The 1750 gets you a one-time purchase for a whole bunch of patches. Now, the thing you have to understand is once you become a wholesaler, you don't have to buy the patches. There's different ways that you can do these things where you have to do it every month. You have to have an order every month. With the brand packaging, the whole thing, you don't have to do that. So you can go to just ordering the X39 the next month or whatever you need to do. We try to get you to do this for at least 90 days because your body has to get used to having these on. It's not medicine. It's not anything that we're going to tell you that's going to heal you. It's going to help you. You can get the I can't ever say that.
Allergize.
Cellergize, which is something that came out we literally just started selling it a month ago. They tested it for a while. But this kind of takes care of all of your supplements that you need. I need to order some more nitrous oxide. It gives you a lot of different supplements that complement the patches. I'm really kind of thrown off tonight, but finally, this is the big one right here. Light infused water. Imagine drinking a glass of water that activates with your cells and infuses your body with light. These are out now. They're limited in how they're distributing them, but this is something that I've seen a couple of people drink the water and watch the reaction that happens, particularly Cami. She drank the water and she could feel it moving through her whole body. And it's really something that's going to super energize your cells. So this is kind of how you could do this. If you want to know more about getting involved in this, as well as using the products, please get in touch with the person who introduced you to this. We do this every Monday and Tuesday night. Cami, Joy, Tracy, and me. I'm here almost every Tuesday night on purpose. There's other meetings and other things that you can get involved with as well. That's kind of all I got.
Perfect job, Jeff. And I want to mention too, if you're a guest with us tonight, first time you've ever joined us, we're going to put you in a drawing to win some X39 patches. Those are the ones that activate our repair cells. They just go dormant in your body. That's the beautiful thing. We can bring them back to life like a light bulb. And so I have got Chuck, Sandy, and James B. And so if anybody else is new tonight as a guest or you invited a guest, please put your name in chat and we'll do the drawing in just a moment. But we are here, like Jeff said, Monday and Tuesday nights at 6. Tuesday nights, we do this intro like we're doing right now. We're going to wrap it up in just a minute. And then we go into a deep dive on a different topic. So the topic that we'll be doing tonight is inflammation and pain reduction naturally, utilizing a combination of patches. And it's pretty remarkable because we're talking any root cause of whatever that is, the body is repairing at that level. Our friend Marcy, she does also another one of these forums on Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Pacific. So what do you do next? We always want to get your questions answered, and we'll be happy to answer questions here in just one moment. But you'd like to get back to the person who invited you, and they can help you get started on our basics. That X39 and Eon, they go hand in hand. We need to get inflammation under control because that eats stem cells. If we don't get the inflammation under control, that X39 just isn't going to do as quick of a job as it could. And then the Alavita in the next session, I'm going to really go into that and tell you why you really want that. It's not just about pretty hair and skin, but it's about joint lubrication, ligament, tendon. It's a game changer with collagen coming back to life. But a minimum of 90 days. That would be for a younger person, 90 days. But really, ideally, it's 1 month for every decade you are old of wearing X39. That's going to help you enjoy and enhance quality of life, mobility, joy, happiness, deep sleep, getting rid of pain. Who wants to live with that? Be young again. But we look at this as sharing the gift of health, and it really is priceless. And like I said, I just get so excited when people call me, and sometimes we're both in tears on the phone. Like that blind dog you saw was my friend Terry's dog. I didn't know that dog would regain his vision. I knew it was going to get rid of its arthritis. But wow, when you learn these things through your own friends, it's priceless. It's so fun. But due to FDA regulations, this company cannot do conventional advertising. That's why it has to be word of mouth, but the company will give you a thank you check if you do share it with somebody. None of us do this for that thank you check. We really do it just to help people have a better life. But It is the fastest growing direct marketing company in the world because it works. But what it's about, it's beginning to live younger today, and that X39 is the start of that. So I'm going to go ahead and end our recording here, and we're so glad you joined us. But if you would like to stay on, we're going to answer a couple quick questions, and then we're going to go right into the pain and inflammation reduction phase of our info tonight.